On January 27, 2025, just after midnight, the police saw some douchebag in a red truck stop short and then take off at a high rate of speed when dropping a passenger off. So they're like, nobody out douchebags the cops, and they lit the motherfucker up. So the dude takes off, there's a high-speed chase, and idiot man decides to use a tree like an e-brake. So he gets out, and dude is straight up wearing a Dalmatian onesie. The cops get a handcuff on one wrist, and then the dude fucking bolts. At which point, the dude in the Dalmatian onesie, Keith Devereaux, yes, that is his actual last name, just like Blanche Devereaux on the original Golden Girls. Anyway, Keith Dog outruns the cops and actually fucking gets away. His Nike flip-flops did not. The next day, police find Mr. Brainiac at his girlfriend's house. And not a single person was surprised when they found meth in his truck. Alright, a little background on this one because it makes it even funnier. Taryn Ackrey was arrested on January 6th in Brevard County for drug trafficking and related charges. On January 8th, she was released on $15,500 bail. So a couple weeks later, she's riding around with a friend who gets pulled over by a police canine unit. In a scene we've all seen 1,000 times on body cam videos, the driver tells them they can search the car because there's nothing illegal in it. Well, the drug dog disagrees. They find drugs and paraphernalia in several of Taryn's bags, one of which had "definitely not a bag of drugs" written on it. Seriously, this moron is carrying around drugs in a bag that literally says "definitely not a bag of drugs." So now she's back in jail and has basically just doubled all the charges she was on bail for. As far as I know, she's being held without bail. On August 27, 2024, Brian Harold and another man went on a crime spree. They stole a nail gun, a cordless drill, and a charger from a parked van. They stole a silver ring and a key ring from a parked Ford Focus. They traveled across town, stole a wishing well off a porch, and left it on a nearby street. They attempted to use a garden chair to climb into a house's window, but failed. We know this because all these crimes were caught on CCTV. We know that Brian committed the crimes because he also stepped in dog poop and left a perfect boot print at one of the crime scenes. When police arrested Brian, he was still wearing the boots that left the print. At trial, his lawyer screamed, "Drugs! It was the drugs! My client is not responsible!" The judge found that defense utterly stupid and sentenced Brian to a community order, which is basically probation in the UK, with 150 hours of community service. I wonder if he'll spend that time picking up dog poo. Before we start this story, let me just inform you that fentanyl is sold in 1/10 of a gram packages commonly called points. There, now that you're an informed opioid buyer, let me explain why I told you that. On New Year's Eve 2024, that's December 31st, 2024, just in case you are that high right now. While en route to rehab, Octavia texted her drug dealer, PJ, stating that she was willing to pay $45 for a couple points of fentanyl. Her dealer responded to meet him at the Tom Thumb convenience store in Panama City and asked what she was driving. She gave her dealer the make, model, and color of the car she was in. She didn't notice the unmarked police car that began following her almost immediately after she provided the car's description. She did notice the police who put her in handcuff at Tom Thumb. Turns out PJ isn't her drug dealer. He's investigator Christopher Pettijohn, who goes by PJ. Octavia saved his number from a previous undescribed encounter. On August 12, 2024, a white 2004 Ford Forester was stolen and sold to a scrapyard. The thief then went home and wrote a dated journal entry. As you might imagine, since cars have VIN numbers associated with them and have since 1954, with them being standardized in 1981, it didn't take police long to identify the van at the scrapyard. Workers at the scrapyard provided police with Vanessa's information. They knew her because she regularly sold them things. Police quickly questioned Vanessa, who denied any knowledge of the stolen van. During a search, police found that journal, with a dated entry that reads, "Totally stole a car today. Something I never thought of doing. Fucking super freaking out about it." Between the entry having the same date that the van was stolen and the workers at the scrapyard identifying Vanessa as the person who sold it to them, She added car theft to a rap sheet that previously only contained drug charges.